That oath to Mr. Oakes. Following that, our new State Treasurer, Marlo Oakes, will then give us his comments and thoughts, and we will conclude from that point. We'll now turn some time over to Governor Cox.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to be with you today on this very special and, as Aaron mentioned, historic occasion. I was reflecting a little bit that we must be much harder on treasurers than governors, since we've had many more of them. And I'm the 18th governor of the state, and we're so excited and hope to keep this one around for a while. I would be remiss if I didn't start my remarks by thanking Treasurer Damshin, who has served so brilliantly in this position for many years. We've had an opportunity to work closely with him. We're grateful for his service to the great state of Utah and excited for this next chapter in his life. But today we are here to talk about Marlo Oakes, and I have a very distinct opportunity, and it is fairly rare in this state, to make an appointment to this position. For those of you that aren't familiar with the process, when a constitutional officer of the state resigns, the party to which that officer belonged has an opportunity to forward 3 names to the governor. And that's what happened in this case. The Republican State Central Committee forwarded 3 names to myself. The Lieutenant Governor and I, Lieutenant Governor Henderson, who's with us today, met with all 3 candidates. We asked them questions. We listened to their thoughts and feelings about this position. And we heard from many people across the state, including many people in this audience today, telling us why their candidate is the preferred candidate. But I want to give you a little insight into our thought process and why I believe that Marlo Oakes will make an incredible treasurer for the state of Utah. Now, this office is not necessarily a political office, although it is part of the political process. You do have to get elected, or in this case, you have to run a quasi-quick campaign and then get selected as one of 3 to be sent to me. And but there's nothing inherent in the nature of what you do that is, as a treasurer, that is really political. And so in our administration, the Lieutenant Governor and I have been focused on trust, the importance of trust. We believe that trust is the currency of government, that we can only accomplish what needs to be accomplished if the people of the state trust us in what we're doing. And as we've studied trust, we learned that trust is made up of 2 components. Those 2 components are competency. So are you good at what you do? You can imagine that how important that is. There may be people that you really like, but they're terrible at what they do, and you would never trust them, right? So you have to be competent. You have to be good at what you do. And then the second component is equally and maybe more important, and that is ethical behavior. It's not enough to just be good at what you do. You actually have to be good. You have to be a good person. And those 2 things together is how we win trust. So you can imagine again, somebody who maybe is very, very good at what they do, but they're not ethical, and again, you would never trust them. Right? You would never trust them with your kids or to take your car, and you certainly wouldn't trust them with the finances of the great state of Utah. And so as we were starting this process, and of course there was a whittling down of candidates, and many candidates had wonderful resumes, right? And certainly Marlo Oakes has an incredible resume. All of you who know him, he has a wonderful background with farmers insurance, and he's incredibly competent. On paper, he looks great. He looks like someone who could really do this job. And we were fortunate to have 3 incredible candidates who were forwarded to us by the State Central Committee. They really did their job and gave us some wonderful options. And so we had this opportunity to sit down with Marlo Oakes, and as with all candidates, it turns out they were good people. There was something very special about Mr. Oakes as we were having our conversation. He exuded confidence and engendered trust, our trust, by the time we left that fairly short meeting, and it's hard to get to know somebody in 20 to 30 minutes, but we felt like we had known Marlo Oakes for a long time, and felt immediately that he was someone that we could trust. And I believe that he is someone that the people of the great state of Utah can trust. I'm so excited to have him at the helm of this incredible agency that is guiding the state and her investments. I've been very fortunate to live in a state that does things the right way. The constitutional officers who preceded us, the Lieutenant Governor and I, have done their jobs exceedingly well for a long time. I think I see our auditor back there, who is one of those, and we're so lucky to have John Dougal. We have public servants here, and in this day and age, and this is where I want to conclude, it's getting harder and harder to find good people who will do these jobs for lots of different reasons. But the two big ones are, if you're really competent in the type of job that we need to do the treasurer, you can make a lot more money not being the treasurer, right? So that's one reason it's hard to find good public servants, because you can make a lot more money doing other things than what we're asked to do here. But the bigger reason is that people have become very divisive, and it can be very awful to serve in a public capacity. We are addicted to outrage today, and everyone certainly finds a way to be outraged with each other. And that can be very trying on people, it can be trying on their families. And so there are good, talented, competent people who are actually willing to make less money and do these jobs, but would never put their families through what you have to go through to do many of these jobs. The good news is that that's not true here in Utah. Here in Utah, we are filled with incredible people who love this country, who love this state, who are willing to sacrifice and do whatever it takes to do the job and to do it in the right way. And that's what we felt when we were interviewing Mr. Oakes. And so it is with great pleasure that I was able to make the selection with extremely high confidence, knowing that I'm going to make lots of mistakes as governor, but I assure you that this is not one of them. So, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the next treasurer of the great state of Utah. And I think we're going to swear him in now, and then we can swear at him later. Marlo, to you and your family, thank you for your willingness to serve. Congratulations on this high honor, and we look forward to many great things to come. Congratulations.
Repeat after me. I, Marlo M. Oakes. I, Marlo M. Oakes. Having been elected or appointed to the office of State Treasurer.
Having been elected or appointed to the office of State Treasurer.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support, obey, and defend.
That I will support, obey, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of Utah.
And the Constitution of the State of Utah.
And that I will discharge the duties of my office.
And that I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
With fidelity.